Hello everyone, we're the group of Brazil Military Security, and today we're going to present our negotiation strategy. First is the issue of the illegal immigrants. Originally, Brazil government welcomed immigrants. However, due to the economic crisis, Brazil government now takes a more cautious attitude toward immigrant issue. In Brazil, illegal immigrants are mainly due to political, religious, and economic problems. It is told that over 200,000 illegal immigrants move into it, and most of them are Haiti refugees. Also, the illegal immigrants are also from Peru, Bolivia, even Philippines. Illegal immigrants will cause social problems. The first is the issue of nationalism. Unauthorized immigrants in Brazil enjoy the same legal privilege as native Brazilians regarding access to social services such as public education and Brazilian public health care system, which is not fair to legal Brazilian citizens nor legal immigrants. The illegal immigrants makes the issue of nationalism even more serious and creates new domestic conflict. The second one is collective security problem. Take European country for example. Once the amount of illegal immigrants exceeds a certain degree, it might threaten legal citizens' right to work and then cause severe ethnic conflict. The country faces two simultaneous challenges: how to deal with recent illegal immigrants, mostly from Haiti, and how to make it easier for highly educated immigrants to get work permits. Thus, we can see that influence of illegal immigrants are huge on both sides, on economy and security. In the sense of economy, the immigrants are prone to get labor-demanding jobs which are lower paid. In security, illegal immigrants sometimes are also cause of social instability, particularly increase the crime commitment rates, which makes the safety of society concerned. So, we're seeking a resolution which all countries should pay attention to. This refers to a collective security so that everyone should participate. Thus, we propose an international law which can impose restriction to the illegal immigrant problem. And how do we estimate the attitude among the other 11 countries? The first is Germany. A high standard of immigrants cause low-skilled labor that don't cut the mustard, turning into illegal immigrants. Germany faced the same problem of illegal immigrants. This allowed Brazil and Germany share a common interest in tackling low-skilled immigrants. The next is Italy. The number of illegal immigrants entering Italy doubled in the first 7 months of 2008, compared with the same period in 2007. Illegal immigrant has become a burden of Italy's economy and society. Next is French. The president of France, Sarkozy, states that there are too many foreigners in France. However, Schengen threats as Sarkozy targets illegal immigrants. Nicolas Sarkozy has threatened to pull France out of European Union's passport-free Schengen zone. Thus, France should hold positive attitude toward our proposal. And next is the UK. The immigrant rule already provides for indefinite leave to remain to be granted to those with 10 years lawful residence in the UK or 14 years residence of any kind. Recently, there have been calls from several sources from the border amnesty aimed at those living or working unlawfully in the UK. Okay, next is the US. Obama's administration recently released that it will stop deporting young illegal immigrants who entered the U.S. as children if they meet certain requirements. Concerning its role as humanitarian, U.S. might not make its objecting attitude about illegal immigrant public. And how about Spain? Although Spain was the paradise for illegal immigrants, they lost control to illegal immigrants. Now their immigrant policy is much stricter than before. They even canceled the free medical treatment for illegal immigrants a few days ago. Next is India. India may object illegal immigrants because India's immigrants and the local have serious conflict due to the competition of jobs and different religions. And the illegal immigrants mainly come from Bangladesh and Myanmar. And other places such as China, whose illegal immigrants are from North Korea in northeast part and Southeast Asia in Southeast China, would also be against the illegal immigrant because as economical first developing country, the problem of illegal immigrant is more significant than before. However, although there are not a lot of illegal immigrants in Thailand, the government still takes strict measures to illegal immigrants. For people from neighboring countries would move into it. Government regulate the immigrant to avoid economic and social instability. Thus, at the same point, it would approve the proposal too. And South Africa, whose immigrants are mainly in Johannesburg from other countries in Africa, may also approve the proposal. As the most prosperous country in Africa, like the status of Brazil in South America, would take the same thought like Brazil to regulate immigrants. Nigeria takes strict way to immigrants, and it would also approve the proposal too, because the local object to foreign laborers, especially Chinese who deprive their low-skilled jobs. Thus, Nigeria absolutely would be against illegal immigrants. And next is the part of nuclear weapon.
Today we are going to demonstrate our strategy and how we want to proceed to announce our plan. And first, this is our position. Okay, fight against the nuclear weapon. And as a developing country and being the head of Latin America, we Brazil certainly have the need to make our position much more concrete, which means that we want to represent for other countries in the third world. We Brazil has made great effort to protect the regional security for the past decade. Most important of all, countries around the world have been aiming at prevent nuclear wars. Thus, we've signed NPT, the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons Treaty, and CTBT, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, to show our determination. However, things not always go as we've been expecting, even though we are in the nuclear weapon-free zone, and even if countries in the world now know clearly about how the consequences would be after breaking the rule, those treaties seem not to have the best outcomes. Now, based on the consensus we have had, we sincerely hope that we all can have a more constructive and active action on anti-nuclear. So, we want it to be more transparent, and once the rules be disobeyed, there must be sanctions. Okay. So, according to the article of NPT, which banned the NWAs, the nuclear weapons countries, and transferring the nuclear techniques, and restrict the NNWAs, the non-nuclear weapons countries, to develop any nuclear weapon devices, we already had a clear consensus on non-proliferation of nuclear weapon. However, since that NPT is lacked of concrete sanction system, we have no strong power to restrict those who are not the signatories and those who are developing nuclear weapon against our effort to reducing the threat of nuclear arms race. That is, there's no doubt that we need to establish a more effective and substantial regulation on non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. That's why we propose a new treaty which should provide an enhanced force of restricting any development of nuclear weapon. We hope that signatories of the new treaty should work together to impose economic sanctions on states which act obviously against the movement of preventing nuclear war. Brazil as the NWAs, we also appeal the NWAs open their nuclear weapon developing statement into public, so it's transparent, and promise to maintain the development on the minimum of military security. Okay. Our strategy is that most of the countries have signed NPT and most of them signed CTBT as well. Recently, many states also devote themselves to reducing the threat of nuclear weapons. We thought that they would be willing to join our proposal and then find out the most efficient way to improve some disadvantages of NPT. For instance, United States, United Kingdom, France, Spain, Germany, and Italy, we should like to make another treaty to protect our world. Okay, and the last one that speak to India because they didn't sign the aforementioned treaties and they developed their nuclear weapon most due to Pakistan. And Pakistan, of course, is not in those norms, not joins the others. So we assume that we can fight for India's support with the points below. Okay, so which means that we'll put our emphasis on India on this part. And the first one is that try our best to make Pakistan join our program and lift some crisis in South Asia. So we can see that India can join us as long as Pakistan agree to participate in. Okay, and the second one is that give and take. Okay, this strategy is that we will promote the cooperation of agriculture and military between India and us. And we can also reassure our bilateral relationship. Okay, the last one, but not the least one, is that we won't exclude the probability to ally against other countries in this duty to implement economic sanction on India. And so these are our planned and negotiated strategy, and thanks for your listening, and this is just a brief introduction, so thanks for your attention.